Yo, yeah. So, black man, IBMOR, big bro. So, I need to provide some perspective on situations because I just hope that I hope I can provide some perspective and we could go about shit in a different manner, man. This message is just for black men and black women, heterosexual black men and black women only, because really it's our responsibility to keep the race moving forward. No one else can keep the race moving forward, whether it's black men, it's black men and it's black women. Those are the only people who matter in this conversation. And in most of my conversations, or any of my conversations, really, for the most part, unless I'm addressing somebody personally, But I need to provide some perspective on this gender war shit, man. The gender war thing can be a good thing, man. Gender war can be a good thing. Every other race has a gender war going on. The white man and the white women have their gender war going on. The Asian man has his gender war. The Korean man has his gender war. The only people that I can't see that has a gender war going on is the Indians, the Arabs, and the Native Americans, whatever, the Indians to this land, and and the Africans. The Africans, they have some of those countries over there are having a gender war too. So, and the black man and the black woman, they're the only people who is putting their shit out on Front Street. Now, for all black women who don't understand what's going on, you have to understand that black men have been getting thrown under the bus for the last 40 years. Everything has been our fault. We've really been beaten down as black men. We don't have a voice in the media. No one is speaking for black men in the media. We have these Uncle Tom looking dudes. These dudes don't represent black men in general. So, and women, you women have your own voice. Y'all got all kinds of shit going on when it comes to y'all, and black women have been throwing black men under the bus for a long ass time. They've been talking big shit about black men and playing the victim. But any black woman who's honest, knows that there's a lot of fucked up ass women out there. There's a lot of fucked up ass women because a lot of y'all hang out with them, and you know that they're fucked up in the head. You know they're always saying some really devilish shit, some really evil shit. Y'all know that they're saying this stuff. So why are y'all defending these women? Just like black men. When y'all talk shit about black men, we don't deny that shit. We only deny the shit when y'all are trying to create this narrative that y'all are victims. That black women are victims, and we're sick of that shit. Black men are sick of black women playing the victim card and not taking any responsibility for their choices. Black men are sick of that shit. So as far as the gender war thing goes, it can be a good thing. Yes, black men are fucking up, and black women are fucking up. But most of the people on the internet are not necessarily the bad people. I mean, the people on the internet that are making videos, most of them are not the actual bad person. They're not the actual person who's on the fuckery. Some of them are, and we have all manner of in between brothers. You know what I mean? Brothers that are fucking caping for white men, just like there's black women who are out there caping for white men. If you're caping for white men, or if you're trying to be fair and balanced, this shit ain't for your ass. This is not, I mean, black women can say whatever the fuck they want to say. We appreciate that. We appreciate black women expressing the things that they don't like about us. So then we can come to the table and say, a lot of the things that black women don't like about us, we don't like about ourselves. We don't like about other black men. But it becomes a problem when black men are the only ones who are trying to come to the table. And black women need to understand that Tommy Sotomayor does not speak for black men. Tommy Sotomayor and some of these other brothers don't speak for black men. Tommy Sotomayor is one black man, and the amount of people that are in his comment section, most of those people are white. That's what y'all don't understand. Most of the people who listen to him are white. So it makes a black man think when we see women out there talking about we're gonna go interracial dating. Most of the people that are supporting Tommy Sotomayor are white men. Yes, there are black men in there, and there's all other manner of individual in his comment section. And Tommy could be looked at as like a world star hip hop type of dude, like the YouTube version of world star hip hop. He's sort of like TMZ for black people. Just sit around and listen and look at fucked up behavior of black people, and have his little commentary. But he does not speak for everybody. I mean, just like what was that one dude's name? What was that crazy white dude's name? I forgot his name. The dude who had his own radio show. What is his name? I don't know. Maybe one of y'all could tell me. The crazy rock and roll white guy who had his own TV show, and he used to bring women on there, and they be half naked and all that. And he doesn't speak for all white people. He doesn't speak for all of them. He's one person, and he has a subsection, a subgroup within that whole race of men. But I want to give black women some perspective, and black men some perspective on the gender war, so that we can do the shit without hating each other in the end. That's not what I want. I don't want us to hate each other in the end. Yes, it would be cool if black men could talk their shit, and black women can talk their shit, and then at the end of the day, we come back to the table, and we all cool with each other. You know what I mean? We just laughing it up, we kicking it, whatever. We just laughing it up. We don't hate each other. We're just expressing a lot of shit that's going on in the community. And if a person doesn't believe in what you're saying, they can refute your shit, and then that's how arguments start. You know what I mean? But it doesn't have to move into the realm of stupidity. It could be a really cool thing. Black men could air out their bullshit, air out their grievances, and black women could air out their grievances, and then we could move forward. I mean, then we can move forward as a people, as a group. And the good thing about it is, okay, everybody airs out what they're going to air out, and then you decide what you decide. If you decide that you're going to go your own way, after the gender war has been, after the gender war shit, I mean, after you get your fill of the gender war, you make a decision what you're gonna do. You decide, oh, I'm not fucking with black men no more. You know, that would be your decision. I mean, shit. I mean, you might believe the hype. You might believe the hype. I do worry about black women, though. I worry about black women because, you know, they're emotional creatures. You can't really say certain things to black women because they take the shit personally. They take it out of context, and then they're on the attack. It's hard to play this game with black women unless we set some rules about the game. It's just like brothers are out here doing whatever they want to do, and women are out here doing what they want to do. So I'm gonna probably name this video Gender War Rules. The rules of the gender war. And if we can come to a consensus about how we feel about it, you know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna do whatever you want, regardless. You're gonna go your own way. You're gonna, a black man might decide to go to another country and find him a fucking wife or whatever. I mean, me personally, I have my own, my own plan after coming across the gender war and doing my thing. But there's a lot of subsections within this gender war bullshit, and one of them is interracial dating. That's something that we need to deal with. That's something that, as black men and black women, that's something we have to deal with. And it doesn't have to be about, I mean, at least I can't really speak for black women, because I can only speak for black men for the most part. For level-headed, calm black men who are not really on no garbage, I can speak for them, but I can't speak for some brothers. I don't know how every brother is going to handle it. You know what I mean? Just like black women don't know how every black woman is going to handle it. She might go off the handle. She might. I mean, that's why it's hard to do things like this with women, because they tend to take it to the extreme. They tend to take it all the way to the left. I mean, if you say something, just imagine you say something about a woman's weight. I mean, I mean, y'all black women need to get y'all weight together. I mean, obviously, that's a problem in our community. Black women's weight. You know what I mean? And black men choose women based on their beauty. They don't choose men based on they don't choose women based on their college degree or their education. Men actually don't really gravitate towards women who have an education, because it's not something that a man is traditionally ever looked for in a woman. I mean, traditionally, we're talking about thousands of fucking years of evolution. This education shit just came to be. Just came into effect 40 years ago for black women, for the most part. This educational thing just came into effect after thousands of years, tens of thousands of years of evolution, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, black men weren't pursuing women based on how smart they were. So you can't necessarily think that a man is going to pursue you. Men are never going to pursue you. It's going to take forever. Okay? If you want to do some role reversal bullshit, if you want to reverse the roles, if you want to reverse the roles, then reverse the roles all the way. You know what I mean? If you can't say, "Oh, I got a college degree," but at the same time shit on a man because he doesn't. That's not equality. Because when women didn't have degrees, they still wanted to be respected as people. You know, when women were at home taking care of the kids or doing whatever, they still wanted respect for raising kids and doing housework and doing those kinds of things. So now that the rules, so now that women have their college degrees and they're doing their thing, how is it that you want to shit on a man who doesn't have his college degree or lives or takes care of his kids at home or whatever he does or whatever? I don't know. But I mean, it's hypocritical. Y'all gotta see that that's hypocritical. You cannot ask for respect on one hand and not ask for respect and not give respect in the same token. I mean, when the roles are reversed, okay, you must respect a man regardless. A man's education. I mean, just think about society. I mean, society. Period. First of all, we understand that black women outnumber black men. Period. So it's not necessarily that y'all are just smarter than black men. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that there's more of you. I mean, that can account for the amount of women that are the amount of women that are in college. I mean, there's just more women in the world. So you can't look down on a man because he doesn't have a college degree. And a lot of these brothers, I mean, y'all gotta really think, man. Y'all gotta really think about this shit, man. First of all, you don't need men in offices. You need men out there building shit, okay? If every single man was in the office, who was going to maintain the streets that you drive up and down every day? Who's gonna? I mean, when those you see those red lights, those green lights, somebody had to actually put them in the ground. Okay, you see those electrical wires? When there's a hurricane, a storm, or anything like that, who's going to do that if every single man is in the corporate office trying to keep up with black women? You know, a lot of the things that y'all want are very stupid. It's never going to happen because that's not how the world works. So you have to be able to switch up. I mean, you have to be able to what's the term for it? Come on, man. Basically, you have to adjust to you have to be able to adjust to your environment, man. And black men, y'all want black men to adjust to women, you know, being in the corporate structure, but y'all not giving men any respect when he's out there maintaining those roads or building those houses that you live in. You're not giving him the respect that he deserves. Without, I mean, if there's a tornado or hurricane or flooding, you're gonna expect men to get out on the street and save your behind. You're gonna be looking for men, okay? And I don't want to hear how women can do everything a man can do. Yes, women can potentially. All women cannot do everything all men can do. That is just dumb. Okay, a fucking 5'2", 5'2" woman that weighs 100 pounds cannot do the same thing as a man who weighs 250 pounds, who is 6 feet tall. Okay, I mean, there's a physical difference. First of all, a woman that short is not going to be able to reach a certain thing on a shelf that a man can potentially reach. And when it comes to the physicality of a man and a woman, I mean, you cannot compare the two. If a woman is working in one position, if a woman is working in a certain position, yes, she should get paid the same amount that a man gets paid, assuming that she's worked at that job for the same amount of years, assuming that she did not take a leave of absence because she got pregnant and she wanted she decided she wanted to take a few years off so she could take care of her kids, or she didn't want to leave her little small child with a babysitter, so she decided to take 3 or 4 years off of work. Of course she's not going to be making the same exact thing that a man is making. And another thing women are not addressing is the fact that women can do the same things that men can do, but women aren't going to do the same thing that men do. Women aren't going to do it. When if we go down to the paper, if we don't go down to the store and get a newspaper right now, you know what I mean, and we look and we see it's a bunch of construction jobs, hiring a bunch of construction jobs. You're not going to see a shit ton of women applying for those jobs. It's not going to happen. They're going to be trying to find the cushy office job where they can sit on their fucking ass and do nothing. Excuse my language. I mean, and answer phones, or if they do apply for the construction job, you hardly ever see women doing anything hard. Not that doesn't mean that there aren't women who do welding and things like that. I mean, there are women who do those things. There are women, but those are not women that men are trying to be in a relationship with. No man is trying to be in a relationship with a woman like that. Because first of all, they're manly looking. A lot of them are manly looking. If a woman if a woman is a welder, a man is not necessarily going to be attracted to her, because men are attracted to soft things, not hard things. But I mean, I went off on a tangent like a mug. But anyway, as far as this gender war goes, I just want black women and black men to be able to have a gender war. You know what I mean? And it's going to be hard for black men and black women to have a gender war, where we can have the gender war, and at the end of the day, we come out and we still fucking care about each other. It's going to be hard, okay? There's a my thing about the gender war is the women that black men are bashing don't necessarily represent the women that are on YouTube. Some of them, but not those women. Those are not the women that black men are really trying to go in on. We're going in on the ratchet ones. We're not going in on the good black women. So good black women should not be defending ratchet women. And it's not like the good black woman is going to step up to the plate and say, and it's not like the good black woman is going to step up to the plate and check the ratchet ones. Who's going to check the ratchet ones if the good black woman is not going to step up to the plate and check her when she's doing fucked up shit? I mean, black women know. They get together in groups and they go out to the club, and it's always one of their girls that's the freak. That's the freak. That one right there. The one. Then you got the loudmouth one. You know what I mean? The one that's always talking shit. You know what I mean? And the one that's always cock blocking. When a man tries to walk up and talk to you, your girl got looking at him funny, talking shit to him. Y'all all know that y'all have female friends that are like this. So, why are y'all defending the ratchet ones? Stop hanging around these kinds of women because they make all of women look bad. Just like a smart brother, an intelligent black man is not going to be hanging around with thugs. Period. He's not going to be hanging around with thugs because those thugs might try to rob him. So he's not going to be hanging around those types of brothers. I mean, he might know them from the hood. He might have grew up in the hood. He might know them. You know what I mean? He might be cool with them. But he's not going to be hanging around with them like that. Because he knows that, I mean, if he got street smarts, he knows that them dudes are probably scheming on him. They're probably scheming on him right now while he's sitting there. Like, this dude think he all that, man. We gonna get him. Right. I mean, it's not that he has anything against those brothers. He's not going to co-sign those brothers. Behavior. Black men are against the same shit that black women are against. But black women co-sign, their girls' fucked up behavior, no matter how fucked up it is. Look at Crystal and Kerosene, man. Look at that situation, man. Come on. Y'all cannot sit there and say that was a good move that she made. You know what I mean? Or the shit that she's promoting is leading. The thing that I don't really like about Crystal and Kerosene is that it seems like she's always painting these rosy pictures of white men, and she's always painting these bad pictures of black men. That shit is stupid. I mean, okay, if you want to paint ugly pictures of black men, you still need to paint ugly pictures of white men too, because all white men are not good. Now, you've been painting rosy pictures of white men forever, and then when a white man comes on your show and shows you that all white men are not the same, you want to fucking do damage control like a motherfucker. And then you blame black men. You ask black men to come rescue you. Why? Oh, black. See, this is the way she put it. She didn't say black men didn't come rescue me. She said, look, black woman, black men don't rescue us. See how that shit is fucked up? See how that's some real fucked up shit. Because we all know that if a black man is walking down the street with his woman and there's some shit pops off, he's going to fucking protect her. But if a black dude is walking down the street and he sees a white dude with a black woman and some shit pops off, he ain't gonna do shit to help her, cause he's not with her. That is not his responsibility. But she is making these blanket statements that black men don't save us and blah blah. I mean, black men do, I mean, come on, man. This is stupid shit. You know, this is silly shit. And black women should actually know better. I mean, black women do know better. You know what I mean? I'm assuming black women know better. But I can't speak for black women like that. I don't know what kind of shit they're on, but if they can't see through this shit, I mean, I don't know what to say about black women. If black women can't see through this shit, I mean, oh my God, I mean, this shit is so transparent to it ain't funny. This female is so silly. But anyway, black man, black woman, I just want us to get some perspective on this gender war thing, man. If we can have a gender war, it's cool. Well, let's have the gender war. We can air out a bunch of shit. But in the case of the gender war, black men have been sitting on the sidelines taking a whole bunch of shit. And it's to the point where black men had been believing the hype. Black men had been believing that this is how black men are. Other black men have been believing this shit. You know. And it's not until other brothers stepped up to the plate and was like, well, y'all have been talking a lot of shit about black men for fucking ever. We see it on Maury, we see it on Jerry Springer. Black men ain't shit. Black men leave their families. Black men do this. I mean, are you telling me there's no good black men in the world? And the media is you can't believe shit that you see on TV, man. It's like saying, oh, I see some shit about Olivia Pope on TV, so that must mean that, all black women, ain't shit. All black women are fucking lusty after fucking white men. you know. But as long as you got women out there like Harrison, promoting that weak ass narrative, and you got a bunch of black women in the comment section, I can't be held responsible for what a brother is going to think. You got to remember, brothers come to YouTube and a lot of these people don't know shit about no gender war. Like, I didn't know shit about no gender war till like 3 or 4 years ago. I didn't even know none of this shit was going on. I would go to YouTube, watch whatever video I wanted to watch, or look up something on YouTube. I had no idea none of this shit was going on. And then, I don't know. I don't know what I was listening. Oh, who was the first dude I came across? I think the first dude I ever came across was I don't remember who it was, but I think it was one of them old SWP joints. He was on a radio show or something like that. And then I look, he says something about some website or some shit, and I went to the website and I started looking at it, and that's how I started understanding this whole, trying to understand this gender war. And it's funny, man. It's a funny thing, man. I think, I'm honestly gonna stop making videos about black women. I mean, I have a shit ton of videos in the stash. So if I drop a video about black women, y'all need to understand that shit is probably old as fuck. Or if it's some new news about some stupid shit, I might drop a video on it. But um, I'm about to try to leave this shit alone, man. I'm trying to leave this shit alone. Man, fuck this gender war shit, because I mean, black men can deal with the shit. Black men can deal with it. Anything that a black woman could dish out, black men is gonna fucking be able to deal with the shit. You know, he might not agree with the shit. You know what I mean? He might lay you out. He might talk some shit. But, uh, but, it is what it is. But, black women, man, it's like disrespecting a child or some, in some regards. That's why I'm very dismissive of black women, because it's not like it's not like you can say anything to them that they're not gonna take into some weak ass emotional realm. Okay? If black women could step up to the plate, I'm about to lay this whole gender war shit to rest. I'm about to bring the shit to rest. Watch. Know what I mean? I'm about to lay this whole shit out. Trust me. On that note, I got a plan for y'all. On that note, I want to say peace. Get on the 5 steps. Adopt the moral code.